to yet another bite-sized marketing chat with me, Miles from Miles Marketing. Now, today is LinkedIn audio events, all you need to know. So I'm going to try something a little bit new today. I've not done this before. I'm going to try and share my screen and actually show you in real time how to set up your very own LinkedIn audio event. You don't need any specific software for this, and I can guide you through it all. Okay, we are live on the internet. That's what you just heard there. Oh, well, last week's webinar with Rory was a roaring success. I got a lot of really positive feedback. So if you haven't yet watched that, then go onto my profile and you can catch up with all that Rory had to say about how to attract the right sort of candidate for a role. But back to today, LinkedIn audio events, all you need to know. Firstly, what I need to say is this. If you have any questions, please pop them in the chat and I will do my very best to answer them live on air. If you don't want to be public with your affections and and ask questions in a public forum, then please, by all means, you can see, where is it? There, my phone number. Please send me an inappropriate GIF and we can start our conversation. Okay. LinkedIn audio events, all you need to know. What is it? I've made some notes. If you see me looking down, that is what I am doing. You may well have heard of Clubhouse. It's on a different platform. It's an audio only platform, and basically LinkedIn audio live events, it is a version of Clubhouse. So as the name would suggest, you go live and it is audio only. There is no visual. And that's one of the reasons why you're able to stream it directly or natively from the LinkedIn app itself, either on desktop or on your mobile device. Now, in essence, how it works is that you have a virtual stage and you as the owner can take to the stage. You can invite other people to be on the stage with you, and your listeners, if you like, they are the audience. So think of it like a rock concert. You're on stage, or any other type of concert. You're on stage and the audience are listening to what you've got to say. But one of the main differences here is that as part of what you're talking about, you can bring people up to the stage to contribute, either to ask a particular question or to actually take part in the conversation itself. So it can actually be very, very interactive, and depending on the subject matter, it all depends, on how much interaction you're going to have with your user base. But in essence, that's what it is. It's an audio platform where through the app you're able to host an event where you can it can be a dictatorship, right? You can just be telling people all about a certain subject, or you can invite people up to have a hot debate on a particular subject. So that's really what it is. But how do you go about setting it up, Miles? Well, I'm going to try my best now to see if technology will work and allow me to share my screen. So just bear with me. Right, that so that didn't work. Lovely Justin has let me know that he couldn't hear my audio. I was talking away and no one could and no one could hear me. Oh, blimey. I tell you what, these things are never easy to do. Never easy to do. Let me try this again. Just bear with me, caller. Bear with me, caller. Right, just bear with me. Right, okay. Let's go to this. Sorry, this is very sort of unprofessional of me. Right, let's try again. I am going to go back and start the process again, just so that you can see it. So thank you, Justin, for letting me know. Oh, look, but this is live, right? This is what happens, especially when you're doing it on your own. So you go to, can you hear me now, Justin? Just let me know. I'm pretty sure you can, because it was because I turned off my video. So you go to start a post. Then you go down to create an event. Then you can select your banner or your header. Add your alt text to it, and you apply that. And then you need to make sure it's online, not in person. Oh, great. It's giving me a thumbs up. Thanks, buddy. Then event format. Like I say, you've got 3 different formats you can do. You need the third-party software for LinkedIn Live, but with an audio event, you don't. You can do it native within the app. You need to give yourself a name. So, Rory Chat. Rory Chat, and select a time zone. So, of course, in the summertime, we're +1 hour. Dublin, Edinburgh, London, Lisbon. Start date, start time. You need to pop those in. You do need to put in an end time. And my advice here, this is what I was talking to myself about earlier. My advice here is, if you're going to think it's going to last an hour, make sure that you go past the hour. Okay, because otherwise it'll cut you off at 3 o'clock, right? So make sure that you give yourself some extra time. Now, in terms of the description, please maximize the amount of copy that you put in here. So you can see down here, it says 0 of 5,000 characters. And when you fill this out, try your best to fill all 5,000 characters or near as to it, because LinkedIn, one big search engine, and if you want your LinkedIn audio event to be found, then you need to include as much as possible and get as many keywords in there as you possibly can. Lastly, you need to invite your speakers. So obviously, Rory is going to be one of the speakers for this event, and you can add speakers to it, and they will need to confirm that they are going to attend before they appear on it. Then you click next, and this takes you to a page where you can actually inform your connections that you are holding an event. So you can tap in what you want here at the top. This is your image, and it's basically going to create you a post, which is going to pop people and direct people to view this particular audio event. You can add emojis to what you do here, but this is the little button that I suggest you think about using, because we've had a conversation before about when is the right time to post on LinkedIn. And we know that the hot times are first thing in the morning, so between 7 and 9 in the morning when people are on the way to work, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays are the hot days. So look at this scheduling tool for later. All right, this will allow you scheduling's not supported for this type of post. Well, there we go. So you learn. Go back. We learn something new every day, guys and girls. So think about when you create these. I suppose if you want the most impact, then create them first thing in the morning and get them posted out, because as it says, you can't schedule it for later. That's a bit annoying. And then all you do is then click post and away you go. So there we are. There we are. That is how you go about creating a LinkedIn audio event. Oh, well, that went smoothly. Oh dear. Now, what are the pros and cons of going live on LinkedIn with a LinkedIn audio event? Now, I did one about 6 months ago. And I've got to say, even though it was a great event, there was something just not quite right about it. Maybe it's because I didn't sort of set it up properly, or maybe we had quite a few people that chipped in, and there was the sort of conversation going there. But I feel like LinkedIn audio is suited for some types of communities, I suppose, over others. For individuals trying to sort of host something, I think it's a little bit harder. But if you've got a group of like-minded people and you get them in the room, I think that's where it really sort of comes into its own, really. So one of the pros is it's live, so you can interact with people sort of instantaneously. One of the pros is that you haven't got to look at my ugly face. You can just listen to my quirky voice. It's open to all LinkedIn users. It doesn't just get shown to the restriction of your connections. And, it allows sort of free-flowing discussion. And also it's a free platform. You haven't got to pay for it. But here is the rub for me. And this is one of the things that I think LinkedIn needs to improve about this service, is that there is no recording. So, unless you've got some special software on your computer to record the audio, it's not being captured. And there's no catch-up. So some of you now will be watching this, shaking your heads of the shambles that it's been today, I'm sure. But some of you will be watching this on catch-up. So even though you weren't around at 12:30 today, you're watching it at 5:30, or you're watching it on a Friday afternoon because you've got nothing better to do. With LinkedIn audio events, you can't. It's a one-off live event, and there's no recording and there's no watching back of it. How do you go about promoting your event? Well, here's sort of some hints and tips for you. Think about inviting all of your connections. So once you create the event, as we sort of ran through there, you will be able to invite your connections, and your guests will be able to invite their connections as well to go to the events page and say they're going to attend. Adding speakers to it, that helps. Like I say, it opens it up to them promoting it within their spheres. And I would suggest that you do it at least 7 to 10 days in advance, because not everybody looks at LinkedIn every day, for sure. And some people just dip in on a weekly basis. So give people enough time to get this in their diary if they want to attend, 7 to 10 days in advance. Make sure you post about it. When you go to your event page, there will be a share button, and you can share another post about it to remind people. I would always say either the day before to tease it, or the morning of, just to remind people. And why don't you think about making a bit more of a fuss about it on your other platforms? So maybe on your other social media, you mention that you're doing an audio event on LinkedIn, and direct people away from that platform to this one. Maybe if you've got a busy website, you can include it there. Make sure you tell your company, maybe tell your employees to get on and have their say. Or you can pin the event to your profile. And also, if you really wanted to go all out, you could replace the banner behind your at the top of your profile with some reference to the event that you're doing. There we go. Some of the things about how to promote it. Right. So here are my top tips when it comes to LinkedIn audio events. Have an engaging topic or theme. Some of the things that I do on here really wouldn't translate to LinkedIn audio, but make sure that you do have an engaging theme and something that people want to have an opinion about or give their views about, because the more interaction you can have from the audience, bringing them up onto the stage, the more interaction you're going to have from your listeners. Make sure that you own the room, right? Make sure that you are sort of taking command of it. I'm not talking about being bolshy and overriding everyone, but make sure that you're keeping the energy high within the room. I'm going to say have some backup questions, or have a sort of a little bit of a fallback just in case the engagement starts to fall within the room. So when you're chatting about something, make sure you've got some sort of backup points or some backup questions that you can ask the audience if and when things go a little bit quiet. And on the same token, ask people to contribute. So a little bit like Justin did today, he was there to save me, to say, hey, Miles, I can't hear you. Have not stooges, but have people in the audience and maybe prime them with a question or two just in case there aren't any other questions forthcoming. Yeah, have a little bit of planning in place. Definitely encourage the participants to get involved and get on stage. And make sure you've got a follow-up after your particular event. Make sure that you either you've connected with people that you're not connected with, or that you follow things up with email if you've managed to sort of capture their email, or at least thank people for coming along. Yeah. And the last tip I've got to say is this: try it. It's free. And there's not a lot in this world that's free anymore. So why don't you try a LinkedIn audio event today? So there we go. I thought it was going to be a little bit slicker than that. You did have to endure me. You had to endure listening to nothing while I was rabbiting on to myself. But hopefully we've corrected that. And if you're watching on catch up, hopefully you can skip through. Oh, yeah. Hey, the joys of going live on the internet on a weekly basis. So as you know, I am here 12:30 every single Tuesday, where I will be discussing marketing topics and hoping just sharing a little bit of knowledge with you to make the marketing of your business a little bit easier. Get in touch. Like I say, my number's there for a reason. You can reach out and ask me any marketing question that you like, and I'll do my very best to give you a straightforward answer. I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. What are we discussing next Tuesday? I think it's landing pages and how to utilize a landing page. I think that's the subject for next week. If not, tune in and find out. So from me, it's ta-ra for now.